Hello everyone, welcome to the 21st session of our course Internet Fundamentals and Web Tools. So, in this session we are going to discuss more about search engines. So, this is the agenda for this today's session. So, we are going to recap whatever we discussed in the previous session. So, there is a web browser chapter which is over with the last session. So, in this session what we are going to discuss and all is about search engines. So, why we need search engines and what are search engines we are going to see, and what is the search engine model. Like there is a specific standard followed by every search engine. So, what is the standard, and what are all the things that are there in the search engine, what is crawling, what is indexing, and what is retrieving of results. So, these are all things we are going to see, and also we are going to see how we can search in the Internet Explorer. So, we have seen a lot about web browsers. So, now we are going to see, we are going to open a search engine in that and try to search something in that, and how many types we can search in the web browser. So, these are all the things that we are going to see, and then what are the popular search engines that are there in the market right now. So, that also we are going to see. Okay. And so, what we have seen so far is about web browsers. So, what is a web browser, and what is the web browser's user interface, and what buttons it will be having, and what is tabbed browsing. So, these are all the things that we have seen. So, web browser is a client, so web client which will contact the web server and retrieve the information and will present to the user in a specific format which is sent by server. So, what is a web page? So, web page is a HTML document with a lot of tags and a lot of codes for each object that we are going to see. So, everything is every object that is on a web page is a specific URL. So, how to access the URL and how we can point a specific URL we have seen, and also the navigation buttons. How can we navigate within the web page or within browser? How can we navigate? So, this thing we have seen about refresh button, stop button, back button, and forward button. So, these are the buttons we have seen, and what is a home page we have seen, and tabbed browsing. So, within a same web window or within a same web client or browser window, how many we can open as many web pages as we want using tabbed browsing. Earlier in earlier browsers like earlier Internet Explorers like Internet IE5 or even before that. So, if we want to open a new web page, then we have to open a new browser window. So, how many web pages we want, those many browser windows we would have to open. But now there is some concept called tabbed browsing, where we can open each web page in single tab and within a one single browser window. And we also have seen about cookies and cache. So, cookies are text strings which is set by the web server, or which web server will tell browser to save some data in a text format, not in a image format or any video format. It is a text format. It will web server will ask the web browser to save. So, when the web browser saves it, whenever the next call goes to the same website, then web browser will send the same data to the server, then server will act accordingly. For example, we have seen a Flipkart example, like we added one item to the cart and we closed the browsing session or browser, then when we reopen it, it again came with the objects in the cart. So, this is by using cookies. And cache is a functionality of the web browser where it can cache or it can save some data of the web server instead of downloading it every time. So, suppose there is a big file like 10 MB or 5 MB file in Yahoo website. Suppose Yahoo logo itself is, I think, let's suppose a logo of a home page is, logo of the website is 5 MB, but that logo will be there in each and every page of that page of the website. So, a website can have hundreds of pages or thousands of pages. Each time if we download the logo from web server, it consumes a lot of bandwidth and a lot of time. So, as the time it opens, it will the page will take a lot of time to load. So, in order to avoid this, what we will do is we will cache that particular logo, or we will cache that particular image or video, so that when we want the same image again, then we will say that I have this particular image of this ID, and if the server is also having the same ID, the server will say that yeah, you have the latest copy, the ID is correct. If the server is having a different copy, then it will send a new image or new resource or new file with a different ID, so that this ID and that ID does not match. So we will replace the cache with a new ID, new file. Otherwise, if the ID is same, it will say that the ID is same, you can use the old image itself. So that it is very convenient for the user to open a local file instead of taking it from web server every time, which will save lot of time and lot of bandwidth, network resources, and on web server side also it will avoid lot of load on the web server. Okay, and how to avoid cookies and caches to be stored is by using private browsing. So when we are in private browsing, cookies, cache and history will not be saved. So no cookie will be saved, no cache will be saved, no history will be saved. Usually every website or every URL that we access using the web browser, it will be saved in the history, but using cookies, using private browsing, no history will be saved. So whatever the URLs that we access, nothing will be saved in the history. And like that, cookies also, whenever we close the browsing session, all the cookies will get cleared. Whenever we close the browsing session, all the cache in that browsing session will be cleared on the browser side, but not on the network side. Network will still know that, okay, this particular computer has accessed a particular website, and this particular computer has this is a particular user who logged in from in this website. So this kind of information the web server will automatically know. If there is any proxy server in between, suppose usually in any office there will be a proxy server. So whatever the incoming request, outgoing request, everything will pass through that proxy server. So if the proxy server is there, then the proxy server will know that which IP address or which computer has accessed which website. Even if we are in private browsing, the proxy server will know all the information that we have accessed. But in the browser only, or within the same computer, if somebody opens a new browsing session, he will know nothing about our browsing details, like what has accessed in previous browsing session. In private browsing, nobody will have any clue, in the clue locally only. Okay. And we have also seen about extensions or plugins or add-ons. So we can extend the behavior of the browser. Suppose right now Champions Trophy cricket league is going on, so we can install some plugin related to the cricket information or any news information, and opt for sports news, or only opt for cricket news, so that we will get all the updates. Instead of going to that website again and again, this plugin will go to the web server and retrieve the information, will show a notification. Suppose a wicket is fallen, then it will show a notification, 5 hours passed, and what is the state of India-Pakistan match. So that information it will show. Or we have also seen Ad Block Plus extension, which will block all the unnecessary advertisements which will be shown on the website. In any website, usually website advertisements will be shown. And sometimes advertisements will cover the actual web content of the web page. So these kind of websites will be eliminated with certain add-ons. Like that, even there are some add-ons for cookies, and there are some add-ons for cache management. So these are all the things that we have seen. And then developer tools. So by using the developer tool, what can we do is we can view the HTML content, we can inspect a particular element or an object just like an image, so or any network calls we can see. So viewing HTML pages, simply we can right click and view source. So source is the unique term for any source code. So either be it HTML or C or C++ or Java, any source code, any code written in any programming language is termed as source code. So view source is view the source code of the particular web page. So what are all the codes or keywords or the tags that are used, what is the script that is used behind this web page. So these are all the things will be seen by using the view source option. Also we can change or edit a particular source code or a particular element in that source code, and can immediately view in the website. So that immediately, okay, this HTML is being shown like this. If I change this tag to a different tag, how it will show? So immediately we will be able to detect. and also how a particular image is placed. So we can right click on the image, and if we can inspect that element or image or video, then it will immediately show what is the particular object, or what is about that particular object, whether it is an anchoring tag or what div tag, or what are all the tags that are involved in that. So these are all things that we can see by using inspect element option, or network calls we can see. So what the browser is sending to the server, and what server is responding back to. So these are all things like what request browser has sent, like whether it is a get request, put request, post request, delete request, patch request, what request has sent, and what are all the headers that are sent. So one header we have seen is accept and cache control, or if none matched, or like this we can see we can have a lot of headers, and what is the server responding in, which language we are communicating in, and what are all the what are the encodings that browser can understand. So this browser will communicate to the server, and server, when it is communicating, it will say, okay, this is an XML text, this is an XML thing that I am sending, this is a HTML thing I am sending, or this is JSON string I am sending. So this way it can communicate. And what is the round trip time, like how much time it took to reach the server and get the response back. So for every request, for every object, for every image or video, or any HTML page or any advertisements, CSS script, so everything is an object. So everything will have a specific URL associated to it. So for each URL, again all the information will be there. For each URL which is sent from the browser, so it will have all the headers and what kind of request, whether it get, put, post, delete or anything, and what information we are sending. So all the things are associated with every request, and even for the response also. So what is the response code, how much is the length of the response, and a lot of information within the headers, like cache control and what kind of information it is. So everything will be there along with the round trip time. So all these things we can see using developer tools of any web browser, like Internet Explorer or Google Chrome. And so this is all about browser, web browsers. Whatever we wanted to discuss, we discussed most of the things. So now we are going to see about search engines. So why search engines, why searching or search engines? So why we are searching? So what is the need for searching? So over 1 billion websites. So there are over 1 billion websites in the internet, and countless number of web pages. Average size of the web page is 2 MB. It is actually more than 2 MB, 2.3 MB or 2.4 MB. And unstructured data in the internet, and exponential growth of data. So there are over 1 billion websites. So 1 billion websites is huge data. By the time I created this slide, and now by now some few million websites would have been added, or at least few thousands of websites would have been added. So these many websites are there. So where to go? I want a particular information about my subject. Suppose I am researching about physics, and I want to know who are all researching about physics, and is there any particular advancement or any particular finding in quantum physics, or something, some element, or any particular thing I want to see. So who will give me all this information in this vast very big internet? Like 1 billion websites is huge. 1 billion means if we have to go through one by one, so which website, how many websites are there, which is related to physics, and which is related to mathematics, which is related to the research thing, which is related to the learning thing, which is related to the entertainment, news, or any, so countless number of things. There are a lot of e-commerce websites are there. Every company will have their own website, and every website will have some hundreds and thousands of pages. So we cannot count on all these things. So there are countless number of possibilities. If I want some information, so if I know the website address, it is very easy to go. But if I don't know the website address, then it is very difficult without a search engine. So suppose there is somebody is providing a very useful material for C programming, and or any programming, like some specific programming like Lisp or any. So suppose C programming, a lot of people will be teaching, but programming like Pascal or any legacy programming languages, or any very advanced topics of programming language. Suppose there is an option came in Java, there is a new option is coming in Java, so who will teach me about that option in Java? So like this, or there are lots of UI technologies coming up and I want to know about a particular UI technology, so who will tell me about all these things? So these kind of things, if we want to learn, so where to go? Like nobody is aware of it. Suppose in our circle nobody is aware of it, and nobody knows where this subject is located, and nobody knows where a person is located to teach me a particular thing. So where do I go? And or like this, any if you take any number of we can have any number of examples. I want to know about a particular information, or I want to know how to cook a particular item which is specially made in somewhere in South Africa or somewhere. So I like that food very much and I want to learn it. So where that cookery website is placed? So who knows? So for all these things, the option is search engines, and average size of the average size of a web page is more than 2 MB of data. So 2 MB is not a small number. So earlier the floppy disks used to come, which is having 1.44 MB. So which is for in that case 2 MB is very huge data. So it is not fit in a single floppy, or even for a particular web page, if it is 2.5 MB, how many web pages we load? So those many 2.5s keep on adding. So if we have to go through hundreds of web pages, it is like thousands of MBs will be gone. So 100 web pages, 200, 250 MB gone. If it is the web page is having the videos or big images, then it will be tens and sometimes hundreds of MBs also will be consumed. But still, how to search a particular information, we don't know. One by one we cannot go, one by one website we cannot go and search, keep on going like this. And unstructured data. So what is data? So data is like a collection of information, or so we have some known truths, or data can be defined in a lot of ways. But unstructured data, what is structured data and unstructured data is, so we have some data, and so suppose this particular lesson or this particular course is there, it is structured in some way, like first computer networks and then this one like this, it is there. World Wide Web, and there are a lot of lessons. So suppose if somebody want to come directly to the search engines, directly he can go to the session 21. Otherwise, where do we go? So right from the beginning, we first lesson we will see there is no such in, second lesson, third lesson, fourth session, fifth session, like this we cannot keep on going. Suppose there are 150 sessions happen, or it's a big course, and there are some 150 or 200, 500 sessions are there. It's all collectively put together, but there is no session numbers. So how do we search? So if there is no session number, like which session to come first and which session to come later, so there is no session numbers, then how do you go and find a particular session in this course? So it is a very tedious process if it is unstructured. So as it is structured this way, if we have to directly know about a search engine, then we can come directly to session number 21. But if it is not that way, then we cannot actually lot of times we cannot actually think about which session we need to go. So for all this, so when it comes to the internet and websites, it is all unstructured. So there is no big database or big data, like okay, if you want to know about technology, go to this way, go here, and then from here again for this particular technology, for nanotechnology, go here, for this technology, go here, this technology, go here. And if you want to know about entertainment, come here. If you want to go for social networking or mailing or videos, movies, so something like this, if something is there, something like this, if a database or anywhere it is termed like this, then it is very easy to go. But websites, it is not. There is no point of doing all those things, or there is no chance of organizing in this way. So the unorganized data is like, suppose I want to open a website, I can open a website, I can name it whatever I want, I can name it cprogramming.com, but I will have something like I will put some cookery things like how to make idli sambar or something like that I can put, right. So the thing is, I can put any name for the website and I can put anything under that, and I can list this website somewhere else which is not at all relevant. So it need not be structured. So what is this unstructured data means? So any website can be anywhere. Suppose I am doing a specific research which will be very useful for the people in South Africa or somewhere in Pakistan. So how a particular person know that I am doing some research here about some mathematics or some physics or anything else. So how do a person know is, if it is structured it is very easy to go, but if it is unstructured it is very difficult to search. And exponential growth, now as I said, it is like 1 billion websites and countless number of web pages, and each web page is of 2 MB, but exponential growth means by the time we discuss all these things, maybe it will be 2 billion websites or 1.5 billion websites, and average size of a page will become maybe 3 MB or 5 MB. So exponential growth. If today, if a web page, if average size of the web page is 2 MB, tomorrow it can be 2.5 MB, and today if it is over 1 billion websites, tomorrow it will be 1.2 billion websites. So exponentially, whatever the websites that were added right from the beginning of the internet, by tomorrow it can be doubled, by day after tomorrow it can be tripled. So it is like that. So exponentially the data is being grown, and if we don't know where to go and what to open, then it is very difficult to find out what information we want. Okay, and we will see these are all the need for search engines. So we will see what is a search engine. Okay, web search engine is a software system that is designed to search for the information on the World Wide Web. So search engine searches for particular keywords and returns a list of documents in which they were found. Search engine results are generally presented in a line of results, often referred to as search engine result pages or SERPs. So a web search engine is a software system that is designed to search information on the World Wide Web. Because of all these things which we discussed in the last slide, so they created something called a search engine. So search engine is a software system. So it is also a software. So whatever we see in a browser is a software, and inside browser whatever we open is also a software. So we request something to the web server, and web server will respond. So who will take that request and who will respond? It is also a software that will take our request and respond and give us response. So this is also a software. So like that, search engine is also a software system that is designed to search the information on the World Wide Web. So it can go to the World Wide Web, or it can search through all the pages and get the information and give it to us. So search engine searches for particular keywords and return list of documents in which they were found. So what this means by particular keywords is, suppose I am writing I developed a website on C programming. So what are the keywords that are given? C programming, code, C tutorial, C programming. So these are all the keywords. So the keywords will be like this. So these are all the keywords. If any of these keywords, if user is searched with, then it will come to my website. It can come to, like, it is not like so suppose I have some 100 keywords. If these 100 keywords, if anybody searches, it will come to me. It's not like that, because there are lot of websites for C programming. Thousands and lakhs of websites may be there. So thousands and thousands of websites are there for C programming and all other programming things. So if somebody want to search for C programming, whatever the most relevant and more popular will come first, right? So that mechanism is also there in search engines. So search engine will search for particular keywords. So whatever user searches, so it will search for a particular keyword. Suppose we search for how to open a lock or something, then it will search for how it will not search for 2. 2 is not a keyword. So usually whatever in the conversation, lot of words we will be using, but it will search for, okay, lock open. So something like this, it will form a pattern. So if there is anything which is open lock or lock open or how to open lock, so all these things it will form and we will go for searching. Okay. And search engine results are generally represented as a line of results, often referred to as search engine result pages. So all this, it will search the web page, World Wide Web, and get all the results and put it in the form of a list. So these are referred as search engine result pages. So what the search engine will return is the pages. It is not the websites. So suppose I opened a website for programming.com. In that, C programming is there, Java programming tutorial is there, and C++ is there, and a lot of 100 things are there. And under Java programming there is J2 J2SC programming, J2ME programming, J2EE programming, and under J2EE programming, and like this there is servlets, JSP, and lot of things are there like this. Suppose somebody search for servlet programming or JSP page design. So if it has the information, if it simply returns my website address, then it is not very much useful. Again in the website he has to go through each and everything and find out whatever he needs. So it will return directly the web pages or the URLs instead of websites. So if it is very useful for the user to directly go to the URL or the web page. So if it is if somebody searches for JSP programming, then it will directly return the JSP website, and user need not go to the programming and under programming, Java programming, and again J2EE programming and JSP programming. So all this hierarchy user need not go, directly he can go to the JSP programming web page. And so these are all pages will be listed like a these are all pages will be returned in a format of list. Okay. And text driven computers, search engines are text driven computers, and they do not care about how your website looks, but what is written on it. So and if you see the slide, the information may be mix of web pages, images, and other types of files. So the search engine also maintain real time information by running an algorithm on a web crawler. Okay. Text driven computers. So what is a search engine? Search engine, we thought it's a software system. So we discussed already in the previous slide that search engine is a software system, and what is a software system is, it is a text driven computer. It is not a it will not process all the, it may not be able to process all the information. That suppose there is a video which is of 1 GB, so it will not go to the video frame by frame, it will not go and search. So usually search engines are text driven computers, so they will do text processing. Suppose in our website there are a lot of images and videos, and the images will be having some names, and videos will be having some names and tags attached to it, and there are some titles attached to it, and all these things it will parse, and the content of the web page. So there is a lot of text information that is on the web page, so it will go through all the text. So they do not care about how the website looks and what it is written out. Usually the search engines will not care about how the web pages look like, because they don't know. They are text driven computers. So if I am there in front of a computer, if I want to show something, I will show something beautiful, because I know if I think something is nice on the website, if somebody asks for some information, I will try to give him the information which looks beautiful, which can be read easily, or which can be understood easily. But search engines are text driven computers. They work on, like, okay, this particular keyword I gave, and that keyword in whatever the website it is there, it will return that website, even if that website looks ugly, or it is not very user friendly, or so. Even if it is not user friendly, if more number of keywords are matching and more relevance is there, it will return that website, even if the website is not good or not well structured or not cannot be understood easily. So even in that case also, it just goes through the text and return. Suppose I search for some Pangong lake. So I want to see the see an image of Pangong Lake, but somebody posted a somebody posted in their web page that they referred Pangong Lake, but they have an image of something in something else in South India. But still we will web search engine will think that okay, this Pangong Lake, this particular string is there in this web page, so maybe user is interested, so it will return that image, because it will not know what image is being there, or and how it is structured, and what kind of image it is, and what context it is being seen. So suppose there is a Jaipur is called Pink City, or and there are cities like Blue City, Pink City, and all these things. If somebody say Blue City, even it might match something like okay, this is the even if some Jaisalmer or Jodhpur is a blue city, it will return some city in South India. So suppose if I write some text like a particular city in South India is referred as blue city, even if the blue city is in North India, it will match this text and return this. So it will not care about what is written there, it just searches the keyword and returns. Okay, and information may be a mix of web pages, images, and other types of files. That means, so it can be a mix of web pages or images. So it can be images, it can be web pages, or other types of files. So it can be video or zip file or anything. Suppose in a web page a particular URL says as I said, like Pangong Lake. So that if Pangong Lake.zip file is there, then it will return that particular web page or website. Okay, it can be any file, any resource, any image. Okay, and it will just search the text and will return. Search engine also maintains real time information by running an algorithm on a web crawler. So a web crawler is like it is like a robot. It will go on getting the information. It will keep on getting the information from website and keeps it in its database and put it in an organized way. So search engine will keep the data in somewhat organized way, and will, whenever the web crawler runs, so it runs periodically. So we will learn more about web crawler in our future sessions, but think it like this. It will get the information and put it in their database, or there is a store, so put it in their store, and they'll keep on updating that whenever it runs. So for every day, if it is running, the web crawler is running, every day it will get the information and put it in the store, and that store will be keep on updating. Suppose a particular website on programming is more relevant, then it will show that as the first preference. So it will maintain real time information. That means whatever the latest things updated, then it will know, and whoever is accessing a particular website, it will come to know. So it will get all the information and put it in its store or database. Okay, so like this it can have real time information, so up to date information it will be having. And what are the popular search engines right now? What are the search engines that are available right now? We will see now. So there are some popular websites for search engines. So www.google.com. So Google is consistently ranked as having the most relevant search results and has become the large name in the search engines. And www.yahoo.com. So Yahoo supplies a number of other services from its search page, including broad topics that can be narrowed down and browsed like a telephone directory. And www.bing.com. So Bing is a Microsoft search engine which offers several services along with their search engine. And search.aol.com. So this is the default search engine or for America Online subscribers. So what are the popular web search engines? So we have seen like what is a search engine, why do we need search, but so how do we search is now the next topic is how do we search. So one of them is www.google.com. So this is a URL for Google search engine. So if we type this URL in the search in the address bar of the website, then Google page will be opening. So Google is consistently ranked as having the most relevant search results and has become the largest name in search engine. So Google, in the recent times, Google has emerged as the largest. So it is termed as, so instead of telling search something, people started telling Google it or find it on Google. So directly, without saying that search it, or it is a different or a synonym for search. So Google has become a synonym for search. So it is labeled as the most relevant. It will return the most relevant search results and has become the highest name in the search engines. That means it is first, anybody who want to search something, they will directly go to Google, www.google.com they will type in the browser, and then they will search in that web page. So instead of saying, okay, search something on the internet, people started simply saying Google this on internet, or Google this. Suppose I want to know about mathematics, then Google mathematics you will come to know, or Google programming, Google a particular thing. Did you Google this? Like that they will ask. So if somebody asks like any doubt, usually in the team, if somebody asks in some doubt, hey, did you Google this? Then okay, go and Google this and then come to me. If you don't find in Google, then tell me. Or did you ask Google? So Google has become the term for search. So if somebody say Google, it is like it is an obvious term for searching. So it has become like that, because it will produce the most relevant results, and it is very fast. It will return the results in a in a flip of a second. Okay. And Yahoo.com. So Yahoo supplies number of other services from its search page, including broad topics that can be narrowed down and browse like a telephone directory. So Yahoo will provide, along with search, it will provide other lot of services from its search page, including broad topics that can be narrowed down and browsed like a telephone directory. It is like, so if we open Yahoo page, it will have, okay, this is a news, here you can search news, here you can search this, here you can search this, and it is categorized in lot of ways. So even Google also provides this, but Yahoo is also a search engine which is there for a long time, very long time. So Yahoo is also a very big search engine. So Bing.com. So Bing.com is a Microsoft search engine which offers several services along with their search engine. So if we install Internet Explorer, the default search engine is Bing. So because Internet Explorer and Bing both are from Microsoft. So both so by giving this default search engine as Bing, so they will promote their own product. So this is from Microsoft, and this is also one of the famous search engines, because if we want to search something, we will directly go to the browser and directly type something. So these days we don't have to even open the search engine. We can directly type whatever we want to search in the address bar, and it automatically searches using the default search engine. Okay. So usually in Internet Explorer it is Bing, but we can even change it. And even one more thing is search.aol.com. So this is default search engine for America Online subscribers. So this is also one more website. So we will see how to what is the search interface, and then conclude for today's session. So what is search engine interface? So input is user requirements, search expression, search limits, and presentation style, presentation format, and search type. Output is the results, descriptions, and documents. Okay. So what do we search in the internet? So we have to give something to the search engine. So I need this particular information, even if we don't know the exactly, but some vague idea, if we will be having some title or something about the title, how to do this, how to do that, or what is this, like this, we will know the terms in it. So with those terms or the keywords, we need to search. So those things we need to input. So these are all the user requirements. And search expressions and search limits. Suppose something like extra, we know only first term extra, then something like this extra star mark we can give. So there are some there are some expressions that we can give to search engine, or we want to know the exact keyword, or exactly only this particular string should match. How to learn computer networks. So this is the keyword if we want to give. Then if we just simply give learn space network space computer space networks, it will go search for learn, it will search for computer, it will search for networks, and it will search all three, and most relevant results it will show. But as if we put learn computer networks in quotes, in double quotes, if we put learn computer networks, it will search for the learn computer networks, the whole string, and exactly if it matches, then only it will return the results. Or we can say learn plus computer plus results, so it will be something different. Then learn star computer star networks, then the expression will be different. So the results will be different. So by giving these kind of expressions, we should exactly search for something. We can know what information we need and how you want to get that information, or how you want to the web page to be. Suppose if I say Java programming, simply then it will go for Java, it will go for programming, and the search results might include some C programming, C++ programming, and all the other programming results also. But if we give Java programming in quotes, then it will search for complete string like Java programming. And so these kind of things we need to take care. And search limits, I want only 10 pages, I want only the 20 pages results, 20 results, top 20 results, top 20 popular websites I want related to this particular string. So something like this we can search. Or I want only the pages which are updated for the past 24 hours. I want very latest information. Suppose if we say India versus Pakistan cricket match, then all the things like right from the beginning of India Pakistan cricket it will show. But if we say only for the past 24 hours news, then we will get whatever the latest updates or latest news items which are somebody like Harsha Bogle spoke something about India Pakistan cricket match yesterday, then we want only the information which is updated in the past 24 hours. So something like this we need to give. And presentation style, so presentation format and search type. So what is the search type? So you want an image, or you want a PDF document, or you want a PowerPoint presentation, or you want only videos. So all these things we can give the presentation format. So which format you want to present the results. And some search engines simply push all the results in a web page, and if we put some presentation format as JSON, then it will understand, okay, this is not for the web page viewing, this is used by a web application, so I want to give it in XML or JSON format. So what format you want and what search type we need, so what type of file we need. So these are all the things that we need to specify while providing something to the search engine. And output. So what is the output? So this is all the requests that we are talking about. So the output will be the results. Results is the web pages or descriptions. So it will have a web page. So what a web page will have? Web page will have title. So it will show the title. So every web page will be having a title. So the title will be shown, and some descriptions can be shown, and the documents. Suppose we want only the PDF documents or PPTs or PowerPoint presentations, it will show only the documents. So it can return results along with descriptions. I mean the URLs, titles, descriptions of the web page. I mean the some specific formats wherever the search keywords are matched. So those descriptions it will show, and the documents also it will return. So in the next session we will see about how to search. So we will open a web browser and type a URL in it, and we will search it, and then we will go for the search engine model, how a search engine will be functioning. So these are all the things that we are going to see in the next session. Thank you for watching this session.